Hello, everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. We've got ourselves the grand finals of the Zelda 2 Randomizer 2022 Nabooru Invitational Tournament here between the Alan Heffley and Dr. JPHD. I'm started with me at comms is Mariah. How are you doing?
Fantastic for game one of these finals here. Both of these runners making it through the Nabooru Invitational. This was, for those who are not familiar with the tournament structure, it was that we had the Swiss rounds in the beginning, 3 wins to get into brackets. For those that did not get 3 wins, had the opportunity to jump into the Nabooru Invitational tournament and then duke it out down here in this additional spin-off tournament. And so here we are in game one of best of 3 finals for these 2 runners here.
Yep, should be a pretty good race here. TAH, of course, our community admin, and Dr. J himself, also a long-time runner. Should be an interesting one.
Absolutely. So Dr. J's been playing a little aggressive lately, doing a little things out of logic a little bit, and I wonder if that's going to come back to bite him here in this race with Alan, who's probably going to stick to the overworld and just clear things as he sees them.
Yep, we will find out.
The countdown has begun. They'll be off shortly here.
And we'll see how this one goes.
Oh, hopefully I'm not out of sync here.
We've got Canyon West here.
We got a right and a left. We got a candle on the grass tile.
Candle on the grass tile, Canyon on the west. Hopefully Jay's audio isn't too deafening, as it is fairly loud. Do you recognize Dr. Jay's sprite? Because I don't. Right.
I'm sorry, what was the question? What was the sprite on Dr. J's side? I am not familiar. It's something custom that just showed up recently in his races.
Yep. As we find P3 or 6 here right next to the start. Looks like we are at the western end of the map, which is helpful for keeping track of where we are relevant to anything else. And yes, Mariah. Please, for those who did not catch the race that was just before this, don't spoil what happened.
Is this a heart container cave we jumped into here? I do believe so.
Fairly sure. And apparently it was it's Sloth Link, actually, for Dr. J. Not recognize that one. Interesting.
Oh, that's right. Someone did mention. I think that was said in the previous race. The sloth. That's right.
Created what I assume reads as creation and collaboration between VT Slacker and Irene Punmaster.
I just saw what was in Heart Container Cave, and I don't remember what it was. Was it a magic container?
It was.
Okay.
Looks like a pretty friendly canyon regular canyon so far. Haven't been forced to cross a bridge or been boots locked off anything quite yet, which is nice.
Interesting that Dr. J found his way into Heart Container Cave as well without seeing that grass tile. They must just be very close to each other.
Yep, here's a cross as our third item. The grass tile's west of here, and he went east.
Oh, okay. I guess there wasn't too much to the west, and Alan was able to turn around east then after that.
It's like go like 5 tiles left, and it's the edge.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess that candle's kind of helping here. I mean, that early candle, especially when you need to identify some red dyers in a cave real fast.
Right, just like that for
without taking an axe to the face to verify it.
There's fire in Rudo here at the what looks to be closer to the eastern end of the map.
Oh, I'm also seeing why we retreated right away. It's simply because we had no health.
Yeah, he needs a heal. Go west to find the cross. Gee, thanks. I think that's what Dr. J's going to find next here.
Yeah.
And go west to find the trophy. Okay.
It'd be funny if the trophy's in Magic Container Cave just sitting right next door as well.
That would be funny, so he'd have to turn right back around for it. My head's more like the middle of the southern coast, not quite the eastern end. Here's a cross for Dr. J.
So it looks like Alan's going to push through this reverse fairy cave instead of going to Magic Container Cave. Or maybe he's just looking for a level.
He's looking to push through. Okay, not going to get the Magic Container Cave yet. So far, experience drops not particularly generous.
Yeah, that 50-point P-bag is, I mean, it's fine. It's fine right now, but it's very quickly going to lose its usefulness.
Yeah, that's a death too for TH. And a death for Dr. J.
Yeah, learning of the red Dyra there.
Yeah, because Dr. J went east instead of west to start and does not have a candle.
I'm pretty sure Alan's going to make it through this cave here, especially with the candle on. He's just got that moblin. I don't think he got the kill on the second Octorok, though.
No, he did not.
Well, if he gets trolled by this moblin, he's not going to make it here. Uh-oh.
Okay, that's it. And that is a game over for Dr. J. Convenient life level for TH. He quite needs that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And alright, we're up on the northern coast. Got ourselves Palace 2.
Hopefully a quick up and A here as well to get his lives back. No Alan.
A little surprised he didn't do that. He is on his last, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, we're actually we're at the eastern end of the map now. There's a bridge here at east. The eastern end of the southern coast.
It looks like we could have gotten across via Saria as well, although I don't know if Bagu was on the south side of the canyon or not. Oh no.
Oh no, that's a game over for TH. He really should have updated P2.
Yeah, the game over for Dr. J was not that punishing because it's just still not that far from start, but Alan was all the way across the water here.
Yeah. Dr. J's on the other end of the northern coast here, finding Medicine Cave?
Yeah, he's Alan's following in his footsteps right now. It was Parappa Cave that takes you up over on this side, so he's going to see the same thing.
Yeah.
2 and 2 for Dr. J though.
And takes a death. Ouch.
Pretty bad combo right there, that blue Gorilla and red Dyra. Although it looks like the blue Gorilla actually despawned on Dr. J's side, although he is bringing the red Dyra far enough back to where the blue Gorilla is going to respawn, unless he killed it in the previous one. No, there it is. Well, Alan just runs through them. That's another way to do it as well.
Hmm. Ouch. Simultaneous deaths, both down to their last life.
Yeah, I'm dying to see what is in this cave here.
This blue Gorilla giving them both a run for their money. As there's a trophy, which is good to find.
Is Alan's screen shaking? Looked like it was shaking. It's hard to tell when he's moving, but when he stops, it looks like it was shaking. I don't know. I was just going to make a joke about him shaking his laptop screen or something, and it also affecting the restream. Dr. J walking out of here, though. I don't think there was anything else over here. He doesn't have the trophy information, so he's probably not too fast to up an A, but I'm not sure what else is over. It just maybe connects. Oh, that does connect.
It does connect, yeah.
Yeah, kind of a big gamble on fire then. But I guess it's not that hard to get back to that side. It is just Parappa Cave from start.
Yeah. There's fire for TH. Spell, 51 fire, by the way.
Oh!
Spell and Veto. And that's Fire Fairy.
Yeah, that's big. That's real big. This seed is going to be made fairly easily, fairly easy based off of that Fire Fairy, because that's going to be ultra cheap in a few magic levels, and they're just going to be able to cast this. I don't know, 7, 8, 9 fairies, perhaps with a full magic bar. They need more magic containers, but near the end of the game, they'll have like 8, 9 casts of it, and it's going to be ridiculous.
Oh, for sure. As there's jump in Nabooru for Dr. J, which is right next to Mito, I believe. And Saria's around somewhere. I've lost track of.
It is, it's nearby.
It has to be. It's only so much of the map that's available, so yeah.
Yeah, just slightly east from here. Oh, and this means that, no, never mind. Dr. J's got jump, and Alan will have Fire Fairy. Yeah. I was thinking that Alan would have access to downstab before Dr. J, but I completely blanked that jump was just acquired by him.
Yeah. Yeah, TH needs to go back. It probably needs to go back to Magic Container Cave at some point, at least just to make sure that what it is. Because if that's required, that could be a problem.
Yeah, they're both using, for anyone in chat, they're both using personal trackers, and they are using the Angry Larry tracker, which is going to show them all the overworld locations that they have missed. So they're definitely not going to... Well, I hate to use the word definitely. They might leave it behind, but they probably won't based on what they see on their tracker.
Yeah, assuming they mark their trackers correctly, which is also not a guarantee.
Very true.
We've had a hint from Dr. J's side that Karak disappears with a heart, so we don't need to dig P4 for it. And there's Saria. That's a really silly spot for the other end of it. Thunder is a nice find.
So we're just missing Reflect, then.
Correct. Out of the required spells for a seed.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what was Mito?
Spell.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
And Medicine in the Main.
So both of our runners just clearing out towns at this point. They're going on the Western Hyrule tour, getting all the spells from all the towns, getting all the stuff from all the places, just doing what each of the other has already done. When you don't have any divergence in the seed, both of the runners are just simply going to do the same thing that the other one has done.
Yeah. Oh, apparently, yeah. Thunder is was 113 at Magic 2, which hurts. Not too surprising, though. Ouch for Dr. J, taking a death down to his final life.
I think those red dyers are over 200 experience each.
I think so, and I think they're one of the best experience yielders. They have seen this seed, assuming they can survive them, which Dr. J does not try.
3 hearts per axe at life 2 there.
Yeah, don't die, because that's a game over for Dr. J here. As I say that,
that's the same way Alan went down.
Oh, that hurts. At least to find the boots. Okay, that's a good hint on TH's side.
Magic Container Cave and Trophy Cave proving difficult to enter into.
Yeah, hey, Dr. J, gonna head back to Parappa Cave here.
Wow. Fire is 51. I'm sorry. I thought it was 31 already, but it's 51.
Gotcha.
We've seen that was 3 or 6 just to the west of start.
Correct.
And then
P2 and P4 are the other 2 palaces on this continent.
Both of our runners in the same trophy cave here.
Yep. And Magic Jar. All right. Magic Jar number 2, as that's another death for Dr. J. And TH decides to echo that. I'm ferrying through here. Probably smart that Blue Gorilla is not being nice to these 2.
Yeah, that is what this seed might just turn into, is just a lot of Fire Fairy cast to get through rooms and palaces and whatnot. Anywhere we don't have a glove lock.
Oh, and that red dyer was not helping out. Yeah, there we go. Life 3 should help a bit for Dr. J, who does have a bit of a level advantage. 3-2-3 versus 1-2-3 for TH. And Maze Island, okay.
Yeah, so we're going to leave Magic Container Cave behind here for Alan. I hope that's not anything super important.
Yep.
Dr. J jumping into P2. Speaking of the aggressiveness, he's got all right to be. He's got
well,
yeah.
He's glove lock is what he is.
He's got the right idea at least.
Yeah, he just finds out, dude, you're going nowhere right now because that is a very hard glove lock. And sadly, this is the other end of Fairy Cave. He needs to go to the other side of this cave from the area of the other side of this cave from the other end of the map. It's other shore to get there because that's a flutist for PH. But Dr. J is gonna have to go the other. Gonna have to detour a bit to get to his fairy spell because he's in the wrong part of the map for it. Okay, both items in Maze Island right next to each other. Sure, that's nice.
And both of our runners skipping out on. Oh, wait. Dr. J did not turn in the trophy for Fire Fairy, so never mind. He doesn't. He was jumping in there out of logic.
He was.
Actually, VT Side, we cannot have a Vanilla East because our Maze Island Bridge is on the west today, and it connects to Maze Island.
GP is in the maze. And that's a raft here. I think that's a time for a palace dig.
Yeah, I agree. Or the raft is in Magic Container Cave.
Or that. In any case, back to the west for TH. Yes, Dr. J's gonna head over here, find the items, find the GP, see a raft tile, and probably also head right back to the west.
Yeah, they just high-fived.
Yep. TH, that's going to get you absolutely nowhere. And decides to obey. Pretty smart, because 2 of our 3 palaces on the west are very close to start, and he can go do Magic Container Cave first. Still on attack 1. I think a couple extra attack levels would be of some help here.
Absolutely. I was just going to point that out that Dr. J you could see him killing everything. And that's a strategy early on, is kill as much as you can and you get the experience from it. You level up very quickly as it all just piles up. If you continue to skip all these things, then you
that's
end up with attack 1.
Here. That's a big find. Probably required. Guaranteed required tip of the seed. Probably required for with that Bloodlock P2. Quite possibly required for this raft at this point. We've got because we know P4 on the west has a heart container, so it's either P2 or the P3 or 6. That's right. That's also pretty close to start. Dr. J finds his flute. Yeah, we know it can't be vanilla or vanilla shuffle at least. Oh, and I forgot. Okay, that was P4 out in the middle of the southern coast. The P3 or 6 is over here to the left, and then P2's up in the middle of the northern coast.
All right, we're going to see what this 3 or 6 is here.
Yep. And I probably hope to also clear it. I think Fire Fairy is still pretty expensive right now at Magic 2, but that's not all that surprising. I think I'm not sure what it is, but it took out a couple bars of TH's Magic earlier.
Yeah, I think it's at 51.
This attack 3 is also making no dead whatsoever in these enemies. Attack 1 is making no effect. There we are, finally.
Yeah, that's a pretty expensive attack 1 there at 240.
It is. And he just had trouble surviving long enough to get it. A pair of blue iron knuckles and an orange knuckle and a doom knocker. Yikes! It's not going to help. I think it's smart for him to just run right past that mess and come back later. 51 fire at Magic 2. Yeah, that's 1 cast per life right now. Ouch. I don't know what it is for Dr. J because he doesn't have it yet.
We did see keys in the drop pool though, so unless I'm pretty sure we did.
I'm not sure. Even if we did, TH has to survive long enough to get one of them, considering his current lack of attack levels that are taking forever to even beat up this enemy here. They are at least 70 apiece and relatively easy to beat up, so it could be worse for the XP grind.
Yeah, Alan, unfortunately on a dead end here, but if he killed this Iron Knuckle, he's going to get himself an attack too.
Yeah, this should be enough for him. I'm confused where Dr. J is going.
He's going left right now.
He's seen the palace. I thought he saw both items. I might be wrong. Oh wait, no, he's elsewhere. I was still in East Island. That's why I'm lost. Looks like attack 2 can cause the same. Is that magic 2 or life 3? I missed it.
Oh, I didn't actually see.
But something else is also 240. I just noticed. Magic 3 is the same as life. Attack 2. Gotcha. Thanks, chat. TH is also down to his last life here. Does not want to lose the 105 points. Sadly, that red iron knuckle won't be it.
Oh, I see. Dr. J, he's going back to turn in the medicine for spell.
Okay. I'm going to say it probably would be smart for a TH to get a key here.
It's a pretty punishing P3 with all these iron knuckles and doom knockers in here.
Yeah, it doesn't help much that they're still pretty low levels.
Yeah, he's got to make it to Rebo and then not take a hit. So not impossible, but depending on how far Rebo is, it might be a lot of potential to take a little bit of damage here moving forward. Maybe he can get a 1-up drop though. Oh, wait, what? Oh, we got a Castle of Thunder. Sorry, I saw a Thunder cast on Dr. J's side, and I was excited. I, for some reason, thought Fire Thunder, but we already know it's Fire Fairy, and it's just that he's at Magic 4 and Thunder's castable finally.
Yeah, Magic 4 and 6 Magic Forest does seem to have Thunder castable. Dr. TH back in this oh-so-fun first room of P3. Speaking of death to the... What are those enemies called? I keep forgetting.
I call them Armored Staphos, but that is not what they're called. Technically speaking, they're called something else.
I was going to say, they kind of like Stalfos, but the horns are definitely not your typical Stalfos. 200 points is nice. Needs to get past the Iron Knuckles and the Doom Knocker here before he can get out. This room is just brutal to start that palace. Ouch. And that bot just took out the rest of his health.
Yeah. He had a key there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here's the item room.
Or something like that. Thanks, Irene. All right. And just a 1-up. Womp womp.
Less exciting than the raft at this point?
Raft is at this point confirmed to be in P2. We have absolutely nothing else left to do besides that.
Oh, is it? Do we have a hint for the raft in 2?
No, because P4 is intended to be a heart container.
Oh, what's on Maison? Oh, GP's on Maison. Right.
Yeah, that is literally the only location left in the game for these two. I don't remember if Dr. TH saw the P4 element. To be fair, I know Dr. J did. TH. TH also. Oh wait, no. TH has a marked in his tracker. Doesn't look like Dr. J does. I don't remember which of the towns it was in.
I think we're in a loop, a dead end loop here for Alan.
On these elevators, you are correct. And Dr. J's heading into 2, so he'll head to the raft here, and maybe later Dr. J will go to P3 and hopefully have a less miserable time. So this Doom Knocker's not being funny either.
This is actually P4 for Dr. J.
Oh, is this P4? Oh, wait, no, this is P4. It's the same color as P2. That's what mixed me up. They're very close.
Yeah. I saw the pillar caps in that last room. Plus, we don't have the immediate glove block because he doesn't have the. Oh, he does have the glove. He just got through Magic Container Cave. So. Yeah,
I wasn't sure if I just completely missed the first room or what. But yeah, this is actually P4. I moved. And okay, so he missed the hint here. I forget which of the towns is in, but there was a hint that heart wasn't. There's a heart in 4. So Dr. J is not going to find his raft here, but might find some useful information if he can remember it to come back for Karak later.
Yeah, that's always a tall order, early game information. You dig into a palace. I don't know if he has to remember much that Karak is just here, the first elevator node going left.
I mean, he'll find it relatively quickly, I think, once he does get here, because this looks like a straight shot. And go in, keep going, and take the first right. Take first upright and you're done with that. The heart might be nice for him too, is if he goes for 3 next, especially because this 3 is being horrendous for TAH.
Yeah, I don't like all these blue iron knuckles and doom knockers, and I don't think Alan does either.
Nope. Hey, Nightcrawler in the chat. They'll reflect yet. They're looking for a raft, and unfortunately, Dr. J missed out on a hint that that it's just a heart in P4. TH on the other side at 223 is having a really, really bad day in a really, really rough P3. Just the first room had what? 2 of those, what you call Paratavus, the Stelphos things. There's I think like 3 Iron Knuckles, a Doom Knocker, and something else I'm forgetting. Just the first room of P3 is going to take pretty much your entire health bar if you're not careful right now.
Yeah, this place is packed with enemies. He makes it here, though.
Hey, he does make it Revo, so that's good after everything. Still 49 fire at Magic 3. I don't know what it is for Dr. J right now. But TH does persevere and get to Revo, which is, he won't have to come back. Dr. J will hopefully save a bit of time here by having better levels, but we'll see.
Looks like Alan's going to get it.
Heart container, but
all right, glad Alan got that because I don't know how many lives he has left.
Me neither.
Blue jars from bosses, probably a little less of a prize than they would have wanted, but you really don't get a chance to pick that. So Randomizer is going to give us the lowest thing it can today, and so you're welcome, runners.
This is a dead end for Dr. J. I think he's looking for a key, maybe? Or maybe he just forgot that this is a dead end. I think he forgot this is a dead end.
Yeah, I don't know how well Dr. J knows all of the palace rooms. He tends to be kind of a full clearer, like we were just talking about earlier, where he kills a lot of things. He clears a lot of things as well. So he could just be doing like full. He could have been hoping for a bag or a key, like you said, at the end of the room here.
Yeah, TH, Nightcrawler. There is a non-dead end variant of that room, but you can tell because there's going to be 2 enemies up on the steps. There were 0 there for Dr. J, which is the indication of which one's which. And he evidently either doesn't know or forgot or maybe just was looking for an item there anyway. The distinction between the 2 variants. The overhang also goes out further. I don't usually keep track of that. I typically just look at the enemies there in that room to determine the 2 variants. TH is actually off the P2, which is in fact very much glove locked. Okay, and P4 is actually a fair bit darker in color than P2. I just wasn't remembering the distinction when Dr. J first got in here.
It's probably a lot closer than you think, though, because Dr. J is on console, and we always got the console capture with the darker colors.
That's also fair. That is a nice key drop for TH. Because I still haven't managed to catch a sight of what Fire Fairy's at for Dr. J at Magic 4, but in Magic 3 it's still 49 points for TH, which is just an insult that it's 1 point too expensive to be cast twice on each life.
I want to say it's like 32 on Magic 4, but I could be wrong. Both of them in the same room in different palaces. How about that?
Indeed. Oh, hey, Helmet Head is pretty quick. If you head down to that first elevator. Or head down to that first drop, I guess, technically. Looks like an elevator room, but that's actually a drop from the air. And then he's going to have to go look for what he and we knows to be a raft.
It'll be interesting if it's not a raft, then we might have to look into some things. But we're expecting it to be a raft.
If it's not a raft, you and I are getting Z2 edited out. But this C doesn't show any of the signs of things that would break it.
No.
It's not a caldera. We don't have any wacky. We know it's not a Vanilla East.
We've got a Haribo shark guarding our heart today in P4.
Okay.
In a non-downstablished cheese room, so Dr. J is going to be taking this one a little slow.
We can't get to Death Mountain Nightcrawler. We don't know where it is, but it could be on the other side of that raft tile, but we don't know.
Yeah, that would be interesting. We have our west to Maze Island to Death Mountain to the east. And everyone's silent because we're thinking, man, we're going to be here for 2 hours if that's the case.
Yeah, probably, if that were the case. I mean, we're already half an hour in and we haven't even gotten off the first 2 continents yet.
Very true.
There's the heart for Dr. J, and yeah, please let me out of here. He's gonna go off to P3 P3 now. I was gonna say P3 or 6 and realize we know that's P3. Gonna fight another Rebo, and we'll see how he fares in this P3 because this one sucked for TH.
I'm still trying to get a confirmation on that fairy cost on Dr. J's side at Magic 4. Like I said, I think it's 32, but I don't have any verification.
Yeah, well, welcome to this room, Dr. J. Have fun. It does look like Attack 4 is making at least a bit of a dent. There we go. Not a ton, but it's, I think, a little bit better than Attack 1 was, so... 35 for Dr. J.
Okay. And what were those Iron Knuckles? 300 each? Very nice.
300 apiece. Very nice indeed.
That's going to be huge for Dr. J leveling here.
Yeah.
Wow, you could actually just up an A and come back in here, and that first room is worth a chunk of experience.
It is a good grind spot. He's already at 455 too, and TH over here 335.
There you go. That is not the dead end.
This is the not dead end room where you see that there are 2 enemies on the steps, and yeah, the block layout is slightly different, so that's a lot easier to miss. Yes, the tracker should have Fairy marked because they both do have Fire Fairy. Which, for the purposes, I mean, they can cast it. Even if they find Fairy Link, they probably won't bother picking it up because it's not going to save them anything at all. Yeah, it needs to be 2 grounded enemies to be specific, as Animus clarifies in chat on that pass-in versus dead-end variant of the same room. If it's 2 flying enemies or 1 flying and 1 grounded enemy, then that's dead-end. Thank you for that reminder. And that's a death for Dr. J.
Alan have a little bit of a struggle finding this item here in P2, giving him a little bit of business. As Trails likes to say.
Also down to no health again. And this P2 is being P2. Very long. With a lot of works.
Yes, he's got 2 left and a right here on this tall elevator junction. I don't know if he's got any lives left.
I don't either.
I think Dr. J is about to find his Rebanak, though. Oh, he wants the 1-up so bad he ferries back for it. All right.
Sure. It does look like Fire dropped considerably in cost at Magic 5. It only took about 1 bar of magic instead of 2.5, which is the cost at Magic 4 and even more at Magic 3. So Fire Fairy's finally gotten to be a point of being dirt cheap, basically. Well, not dirt cheap, but cheap for Dr. J. I think it's still close to a full bar of magic, but it's a lot cheaper than 3, so big difference. This will also be attack 5. No, this will be magic 6 for him, which will be nice.
Alan with the lava bath save right there. Up only a dead end, though, for his reward.
And was saying he thinks it's 16 for Fire. Yeah, looks about right.
And Dr. J did not see the 1-up. It's on a different path, I think, from where Rebo is. So he's going to go back and look for this item, which is nothing special, unfortunately.
Nope. At least he's having an easier time in here with the better levels, because TAH died and game over quite a few times in here trying to get through this place. Yeah,
unfortunately, these Iron Knuckles that were 300 here are, I mean, he's probably not going to be able to find 2,300 experience unless he gets a big fat bag somewhere along the way.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Because everything else kind of poopy experience here. 5 for the rope, 30 for the orange Iron Knuckle. Yeah, it's only 300 for the blue guys.
Yeah, the experience yields are kind of terrible. Here's the 1-up incoming.
Alan, is this a game over? Oh, no, okay.
Okay, phew for Alan. Dr. J, it's not worth getting this level.
He is going to walk out with that experience. That is the Dr. J style right there.
All right. How far is it to back to this front anyway?
2 more rooms, I think. It's just this one, and then up is the front palace.
Okay, that's not too bad then. Wasn't sure what it actually was. Has to go backtrack to the first room, which is going to be fun. Yeah, I don't think it's worth a backtrack, but go him. Okay, it does get the magic refill. And he should be off to P2 here, sorry.
Alan's in a room with an elevator. Hopefully this goes up to his item room. He's seen a lot of this P2 already.
He really, really has.
Let's hope he doesn't game over in here. Is he on his final life? Yep, just play it safe. Bring it back, kill it, and then just ferry through this door.
Where's Dr. J going? It's just a key bag?
Did they miss a cave to somewhere else?
They might need to double check their caves in the west, I guess. You see the cave by Saria? Or the bridge by Saria?
I remember the bridge by Saria, but I don't remember what's over there other than Saria.
There's a cave at the other end of it. I thought it was a pass-through, but maybe that's actually a connector cave.
Yeah, because we have Parappa that goes north and south. All of our pass-through caves go north and south across the water. And Fairy and Jump are next to each other, and Parappa's over on the west side of our canyon. So
we saw this. Yeah, no, we know this bridge. So I think it might have to be the bridge on the other side of Saria. Otherwise, we missed something, and they did too. Because we've seen both items in Maze Island. I don't think there's another connector in Maze Island. We've seen all 6 items in the west. We've seen all the items we can get out of the palaces in the west as well, and GP's on Maze Island, so...
I think we need to do a little quick check here.
Yeah. Are you going to pull it up, Mariah?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll pull it up as well out of curiosity.
Yeah, they're missing a connector, a connector cave on the west. I see it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm not looking any further than that, though, just to make sure that we do have a way off the west. And we do.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you can kind of see the cave in what I think is a cave in question there on the screen.
Yeah, you were right about that. The Saria Bridge, right? Yeah, just right there where Alan is. He can't get through. He sees it, I think. I think he's going to go across Saria.
I think he's going to realize, yeah. I also forgot about that cave, to be frank. Do we... never mind. We don't know if we've seen Bagu, not that it matters, but...
We did. We did on Dr. J's side. We did see a Bagu early on. So it does look like... It looked like everything was just kind of free and readily available. It was just this one cave that was trolly.
Yeah, have to pass this area to get to the bridge, to head back south to get to the cave, because boots are not available either.
I love the way that this game builds biomes. I mean, it could have just opened up that cave from the bottom side, but it's going to force you to go through Saria and then probably an encounter on the bridge. Could be the double bridge encounter.
Yeah, or it could have also just, not forced you going through Saria.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy, just the way that it puts this together. I absolutely love it.
It's great, because you have to go through Saria and go through the bridge. You can't do one or the other. You have to do both.
Yeah, the boots will open this up if they can find the boots soon enough. But otherwise, this is going to be the trek every single time we need to go get off of this continent.
Yeah, take Parappa Cave North, walk all the way east, walk south, and then take the bridge, and then from there walk through Maze Island to get to the raft tile to get wherever that goes.
Yeah, so I mean, this could be like Death Mountain to the raft, and then the raft would go east at that point, I would imagine. So. This, I mean, we still may not have. I mean, this could be still very interesting.
It's a 50-50 Death Mountain in the east, and it's.
I promise I didn't look. I didn't look any further. I didn't know where it went. So, hell yeah.
Vanilla Death Mountain, everyone. That's fun.
So, yeah.
There's the vanilla, indeed. Yeah, Dr. J is at least getting closer. Thankfully, vanilla Death Mountain and not vanilla Shuffle. Otherwise, they'd spend another several minutes in here alone.
Yeah, you can't wish vanilla Shuffle on anyone for Death Mountain. That is.
Yeah. This cave not being the nicest either for TH.
Yeah, he's already wow. Full heart container bop from these. Oh, I guess that's about right. Level 5. He's still losing a full heart container almost on these bats.
Yeah. When you pick up that key, does not die. And it's going to keep going. Like with Vanilla Death Mountain, you know where to go. You just need to do it. Still takes several caves, but you will get there eventually.
Yeah, I don't know the cave count. I mean, it's a handful, but it's just... For anyone who doesn't know the path through Vanilla Death Mountain, is just hold right, and when you can't go right, just go down.
Ooh, and that's enough.
So it looks like Dr. J was able to, keeping that experience from P3, walking into P2 here, able to get the 23, whatever he needed for attack 5.
Walking all the way through this room to get the pea bag and jar. He's got really good levels. Unfortunately, he's also spent a lot of time in P4 and now in P2, which is putting him a good bit behind TH as TH finally heads towards the east.
Yeah, Dr. J tends to finish a lot of his seeds at 888. He gets a lot of experience.
He does. That's just generally how he is as a player. More is that he tends to be very, very thorough and kind of a completionist.
Wow, those red Dyras still taking a ton of stabs at attack 3. I think it gets better at attack 4, though. Dr. J had attack 4, and it looked like P3 at attack 4 was perfectly fine.
Yeah. P3 went a lot better for Dr. J than it did for TH. This is going to be Magic 5 for TH, which I think will finally drop Fire Fairy to something fairly castable. I haven't actually seen what it is at Magic 6 yet for Dr. J.
Yeah, Dr. J found the item quickly in 2, but this Helmet Head location sure is not easy for him to find. He's back in the multi-level elevator here that goes left. A bunch of lefts going here for him, which I don't think is the way to go for Helmet Head.
14 Fire Fairy for Magic 5 for TH. And yeah, TH is looking for the raft. Because it's either raft or the other Cave of Death Mountain. Well, the other Cave of Death Mountain has to be there. I think he's maybe looking for any key. Well, boots, I guess, is the big thing right now for him.
I mean, yeah, without a doubt, the raft would help immensely. I think boots and raft.
And also,
are
yeah,
be the
you
way.
don't want to do hikes through Death Mountain every time you
Exactly. There's all these caves.
It is quite a few. I mean, they won't have to do that hike too much, but they'll have to go back at least once because you do need to go back to the last 4P4.
Yeah, Alan might game over in this cave here, and that's going to be bad because he's going to have to come back into the cave. If he can at least get the item out of the cave, and then he might game over on the east if there's no palaces nearby to up an A at. So I don't know. He's not in good shape. He's only got 2 bars of health at this point.
Yeah, using Thunder on those enemies to clear them out. I'm hoping he can at least get through this item. It's going to be a bit of a pain to get back here no matter what, though.
If anything, he should do the poor man strat is what I call it. And I execute this all the time when I'm low on resources in here. You walk into this next room, you walk out, and then you walk back in as he's doing, and you permanently despawn the first enemy.
Yeah. Which is a big help.
Yeah, if that's like a red Dyra or maybe even a blue Gorilla at his stage, that's going to be tricky.
Ooh, and that's a very nice art container that he could definitely use here.
Yeah, he probably wanted something else, but that's going to be certainly helpful.
It's not the pea bag, which I think which would have been really, really not helpful at this point for him.
Yeah, he's also missing that heart out of 4.
Maybe a 1,000-point pea bag might have helped, but that would have been about it. He's going to work his way back out of Hammer Cave and head to Speck Rock, and then hopefully survives long enough to get to the Connector Cave.
There will be no Speck Rock. We are hammerless.
Oh, wait, no, you're right. I forgot.
So they may have to come in here again for something, but...
They're really hoping they don't. All right, now we've got like a minute maybe to talk about. What do you think the eastern biome is?
I mean, it's not vanilla. We know that much. Maybe it's another river canyon. I like it when you have double river canyon. One horizontal, one vertical, maybe. Maybe the east will be a vertical river canyon. It'll probably just be a dry canyon, and then they'll just cruise right through it with no obstacles.
Kind of thinking of maybe a volcano on the east myself.
Okay, well, I mean, if you want to continue to punish them, that's fine. I mean, I didn't say, oh my God, it looks like a volcano.
It actually looks either volcano or mountainous.
Yeah.
And it's an ugly one, no matter what, as they find life here. That's helpful, at least for TH.
Yeah, so we're hoping he does not game over on the east. Otherwise, it is another walk through Death Mountain again. And while he'll technically be ahead of Dr. J in terms of exploration and figuring some things out, that's still just pretty punishing. He's going to have the life spell, so that's nice if he has to do another Death Mountain dig, which he might. So I don't know. I just hope he doesn't have to game over here. Because even just getting back to Death Mountain is up to the north side of the River Canyon, over to Saria, 3 screens of Saria, across the bridge, into the cave, and then you can start Death Mountain.
And then there's still several more caves in Death Mountain. It's not a quick trip.
Yeah, Dr. J cannot find Helmet Head in this palace. This is huge for Alan.
Yeah, Dr. J is extremely lost in this P2. Yeah, this east looks like a mess.
Yeah, this is wild.
It does look very volcanic.
Yeah, it does. It does. Oh boy.
You called the vanilla. You called the. I think you called the. I think you called.
I tried to go with the safe option, and you're over here like, well, let's just throw them into the fire, literally.
I mean, not that the River Canyon would have necessarily been nice for I considering they don't have boots still.
The River Canyon would have been fine.
As they find Rivers and P-Bag Cave here, Dr. J is still extremely lost, and sure, I guess, on the ending key.
Yeah. I mean, at least maybe now we'll see some more Thundercasts from Alan to save him, and maybe some spell casts to get him through some of the tougher rooms if we run into any, and so you don't have to really rely on the magic for fairy any longer.
Yeah. It's cheap, but it's still, more than 0 to cast. There's our raft tile. Yeah. You at least don't have a hard segmented volcano, because that was the other thing that could have happened.
Well, there's a Helmet Head for Dr. J finally, taking a good bit longer on P2.
Yep. Now, here's Old Kasuda with the Reflect in it, which is nice for TH. And Dr. J is finally finished P2 with 50 minutes of this seed. That is an interesting cave just north of TH's position here.
Yeah, he needs to go in there. If that was sunken, that's going to be risen.
I was going to say...
Unless there's a hidden... Actually, there is a cave farther south from where he's at. So this might be a pass-through? Yeah.
Not sure why he's going through it.
Well, if I had to guess, I'm almost wondering if I saw this correctly, and I may not have because it was so quick, that this pass-through is required to get to the lava in... No, okay, so I did see it incorrectly there.
It's, in fact, a hard boot slog to get back. Well, back he goes.
Cast a life spell, Alan. 3 bars.
Okay. Yeah. And Dr. J is seeing the cave he needs to get out of this west.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good, because he could be stuck walking around for a few minutes still thinking, where am I supposed to go?
Yeah. He is heading back north, which is good. And TH, I think, is heading for the volcano now, because...
Oh, no.
Well, if he can survive this encounter, that is. Nice save.
Yeah, invulnerable bats. That's exactly what you want to see when you're in a lava encounter.
Also, this is a very...
What the hell is that?
Valley.
Such good. I love it. I love it. So it looks like the volcano is not going to be hard required, because on the outside of this risen P-Bag cave, we have, okay, that's nice. We have another cave, which is going to be a pass-through, which, if it doesn't dead end on the other side of the volcano, that's going to be an easy trek through from east to west sides of our eastern continent.
Yeah, but it looks like both of our remaining palaces on the east are going to be on the other side too, which is unfortunate, having just trekked all the way through Death Mountain, is that you have to survive long enough to get to the palace to Buffet, which is not the easiest, evidently.
And Alan is still on his last life, I believe?
He, don't think he picked up a 1-up, no, so...
He's being super careful, which, I mean, is the play to make here.
Yeah. You really, really don't want to hike back.
It's going to be a 2-screen cave, but, I mean, with the candle, there's no Moas in here. There's going to be an enemy right here. He can just bounce over this, and then there's going to be This is the cave that's used in New Kasuto access on the Middle East. But it's pretty easy. All these enemies are going to be stuck in these little cutouts in the rock here, unless they jump. But,
like that. But gets through, and hey, here's a palace. Good. He really needs it at this point. Got P1.
Perfect. Easy palace. Let's go.
Headed right on in. May as well.
Yeah, we'll see if Dr. J's levels allow him to catch up a little bit faster here. Those levels are really good, and Alan's still stuck at this attack 3, which we've kind of determined is a little lacking.
Yeah.
As that rope takes like 7 hits to kill.
Yeah. The attack 3 is not very functional.
Yeah, pointing out by a Tracker Night Shifter here, he's ready to go at this point. Essentially, it's just clear out the east, and that's going to be 1, 5, and 6 as we know it, and then just come back to the west, do his 4. He's got Reflect now, and then hit up Maze Island, and that's GP. So we'll be done in the next 8 minutes or so. 8 to 12. Alan's going to speed through this. That might have been a low estimate.
I was going to say, he might get through P1 and maybe... He's going to get through P1. I'm not sure he'll get through P1 and either P5 or P6 in 12 minutes. Right? If those two palaces, if either of those palaces decide to be mean, whichever one's not in the valley. He sure as all like isn't finishing all 3 palaces in the east in 12 minutes. Never mind going back, getting Reflect, or going back to P4, beating that and then going back to GP. I'd say more like a half hour.
Yeah. He's also going to be grabbing Upstab probably and Shield when he finds it.
Yeah. Where are you going, Dr. J?
Oh, is he a little confused on how to get to that cave?
I
he's
think
back in
he's
Fairy
lost.
Cave.
Yeah.
Well, this is exactly what Alan needs. Unfortunate for Dr. J, but this is what Alan needs here.
Dr. J is trying to figure it out and is not going to sorry. I think he's lost.
Okay, I was going to say, Alan's passing up the item room. This is it right here. Quick little ferry over if he needs it.
Yeah, I'd pick this up just in case this was boots or something. Or Heartworks too. I think Dr. J is stupendously confused.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm going to say that he didn't recognize that cave that was there across the side. And it was kind of hidden. I mean, we didn't really see it either. But then again, we're not in the driver's seat, so to speak. So we're just getting quick glimpses of each of the runners as they move around the map. But you caught that. I didn't even see it.
And then just forgot about it. Yeah, it's super easy to miss. I saw it and then forgot about it. Right, so yeah. It's really hard to figure out where in relation everything is to the other stuff. Like, he'll work it out eventually. It just combined with him clearing 4 and getting stupendously lost in 2, it's putting him even further behind. No, he got more lost in 2 than TAH did. Saved some time in P3, but lost pretty much all of it to getting lost in 2. And then there's the P4 dig and this.
Well, he seems to be
seeing the cave on his end.
Yeah, he seems to be in clear all caves mode. So at that point, you're going to see it. You're going to be like, all right, I can't reach that. How do I get to that? And he's going to realize he's got to come from the north.
He has to realize it eventually. How do I get to like he can see Saria there, like the other side.
He's about to get another 2,400 natural experience just from picking things up and killing things along the way here.
He has been doing very, very well on levels. For all that he's gotten ridiculously lost, he has been doing well on levels, in part because he's been getting ridiculously lost. And chat noting that a 1220 for TH is going to be attack 4. Let's see how much this P bag is. This Iron Knuckle is
nice.
Oh, 500. That's good.
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to double level in here. He's a little far off, but that 500 bag makes that a thing now.
Yeah, even that 150 would have helped if it wasn't a 500. All right, I think Dr. J finally figured it out. Wahoo!
Did we see our item in P1 yet?
We did just a minute ago. You were commenting on it.
It's a heart container. That's right. That's the room. That's right.
But you were commenting on, oh hey, here's the item room. TH can do a nice ferry through it.
It happened so quickly.
Yeah.
All right, well, 3 palaces down, just sub-hour on Alan's side here. He's got 5 and 6 that he's really excited to jump into, I'm sure, here left on the east, with a few towns left to uncover, shield, and something else he's got around here.
Yeah.
Maybe hoping for boots as well. They are without child, so this is probably just going to be a dip in here for upstab. Then again, there's if you really wanted shield, I would probably check the surrounding tiles. We saw a desert tile. Could have been our desert tile that has our item on it. Could have been a trap, though. So I might look around and see if the child is just easily accessible before I traverse all these screens of the town. I mean, the life spell is not too bad. As long as it comes down a little bit further, maybe into the high 20s is probably as low as you can go, mid to high 20s. But it's the natural standard normal life spell is not going to come down too much further than that, I would imagine. Maybe if you're lucky, the randomizer rolls it really low, but I have never seen a life spell go into like the teens or anything like that. Maybe low 20s at most, at best, I mean. And Dr. J did find his Death Mountain connection here. All right, so that was not the desert tile. That was the trap desert tile. We're going to see. We have a hammer now, so we haven't seen New Kasudo. There's another desert tile up here. There's our child on the desert tile. I wonder if he's going to go back to Darunia. Nope, right into 5. Right into 5, no shields. But life 6 magic, 6 heart containers. So, I mean, that's probably just fine. Alan does the side screen strat as it is, so he's kind of just hanging out there, though. Admiring the brickwork. Star, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. OTR admin thing, so I completely zoned out and I have no idea where TH is.
I was just trying to relive the old joke. I figured you were still there. I'm able to check my mic to make sure when it dies. I'm watching VU meters almost constantly here, which is probably why I'm missing some things in the race. Heart Central in these palaces. Wow. Heart and 4, Heart and where were we? 1, Heart and 5. Wow. Dr. J going to easily dig through this hammer cave here. Much higher levels than Alan was in here with. Nice one up for Alan. Always nice to be picking 1-ups when they're in the drop pool when you're in P5 before you fight Guma, just in case you want to be a little sloppy. Gives you that safety net. Dr. J cutting through this hammer cave much easier. These levels are the thing that would likely allow him to catch up, assuming he can route these palaces very well. He'll be able to kill the bosses faster. He'll be able to kill the enemies on the way to the bosses faster and things of that nature. So he might be able to put that to good use, but it's still somewhat left up to RNG.
Yeah, all right. OTR thing fixed. I screwed something up when changing a thing.
Just turn it off and turn it back on. everything.
That did not. No, I actually just straight up typed about 3 different things and had to fix it all. I was trying to change one thing and fix 2 other things from doing that.
So we got the item out of P5. We're looking for Boss Man Guma. Hopefully we can find him soon enough. I don't know how many branches we've had up to this point, but it looks like Alan has explored most of them. I do believe so. So if this is actually the path, and this seems somewhat linear, although we're back at an elevator room, so I don't know if we've looped or not. Yeah, good. I did see that our tracker night shifter pointing out that we were talking about despawning. Okay, Alan did loop back to the start. We were talking about Hammer Cave despawning that first enemy in the final cave of Hammer Cave where the item lies, and despawning it for the purpose of it being something potentially dangerous. And it actually was a red Dyra today. So Alan probably would have gotten killed and game over there in the cave had he not despawned that enemy. It's a great trick to know. It's a vanilla trick as well. It works. It's just the way the game works. Not a randomizer thing at all. So Alan back this way. I think he just saw a dead end. So there's got to be another junction back in this direction somewhere. Oh, yeah, not a dead end. He saw a loop. I'm sorry. He saw a loop, and now he's headed back to wherever he remembers a good elevator that it hasn't come from. We got lots of elevators here, though. Is that enough to cast life for Alan? I would probably cast life here for Alan. He's down to less than a heart container. A blue iron knuckle. A beam is going to kill him. Life for Dr. J, who has made it to the east. Alan is making me nervous here with this low heart container here. He's got enough to cast life. I'm pretty sure. It's just in the 30s at Magic 6. He's got 48 magic approximately. Still no Guma, though. Dr. J is now exploring the east, where we had just seen Alan just a little bit ago. Nothing. Well, we do have the hammer in Sunken Feedback Cave, I believe, and then we have whatever town this was. I don't remember.
I think we're still missing Nukasudo.
Yeah, we're missing Nukasudo. That's going to be somewhere. I guess it's under a forest tile, but there's a little bit left that Alan hasn't seen on the overworld on the side that he's on of the east.
Yeah, I mean, both Nukasudo and I don't know if we saw Darunia while I was doing admin things.
We did, yeah. It was Shield, but he didn't have the child. He found the child on the desert tile just shortly afterwards, but he didn't go back in to pick up Shield. So he just got upstabbed from Darunia, and that was it.
Ah, gotcha. All right. Brain's mostly caught back up. It doesn't help I'm currently talking in French about the admin thing, so that's not helping anything at all ever. Brain's like 5 places. We'll get there eventually. Okay.
Still just looking for Guma on P5 here. This is going to be a palace where Dr. J could close the gap a little bit, but it looks like it might be a little bit of a tricky route to get there. Unfortunately, it's a dead end for Alan. He's going to have to turn around here. This is not going to get him to Guma. And he recognizes that.
Yeah. Yeah, P5 also is the longest not GP palace in the game, and it certainly looks like it here for TH.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to die if he doesn't cast life, but he takes a bop. It's not enough.
Oh.
The deal is that life cast refill is not instant, but the damage you take is instant. So if you get hit in the middle of a life refill, if it's not filled up enough, then you're still going to die.
Yeah. Dr. J is now in the east as well, and currently in Risen P-Back Cave. Gonna pick up what I think is the hammer, or is this the any key? One of the two.
I think it was the any key. I think the hammer was in Sunken.
Okay.
I could be wrong though, because he was just in Sunken, I think, and I didn't pay attention.
Neither did I, unfortunately. I already got any key. Okay, which is not on the tracker, which is why that tripped me up.
All right, then
Thanks,
that means that this
Mickey.
is the hammer. Yeah, yeah.
All right, we're up to date. GP's on the Maze Island, Animus. We know boots are going to be in Yukusuda. Might be worth actually picking those up to not have to do the whole trek through everything back to Maze Island later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're in the east, we've seen, I think, all the overworld items, besides the water tile, which obviously can't be the boots, so... Yeah, we don't need to go all the way back through Death Mountain to the east, at least. But due to the western continent layout of the River Canyon, North Palace and the bridge to Maze Island are on opposite ends of the southern coast, and you can't walk there directly. You have to basically go all the way around the entire northern coast and then back south to get there. So boots would be a nice time today. If you can just pick it up real quick in Yukusudo. Probably not a giant difference, but a little bit might be nice. It still takes some time to trek all the way through the west there. Here's Helmet Head.
Guma.
Or Guma. Yeah, I was like, I thought I had the boss and still made an error. Brain's really not working. Apologies at 11 p.m. it seems.
I forgot. Dr. J has closed the gap as well here. He's in the P1. P1 was not too bad, but the boss and the item room are in two different spots. So, or I think the item room is on the way to the elevator where the boss is attached. So he'll be able to cruise through here pretty quickly. Alan taking a bit of a breather before going in on Guma again here. Got the patented side screen strat here for Guma. Despawn the whatchamacallit, the flail. And so if you keep him far enough off the screen, the flail does not spawn, and you can't take any damage from the flail, but you can still body him if you're not careful. And it looks like attack 4 not putting a huge dent into Guma here. So if Dr. J is able to find Guma a lot faster, he's passing up on that item room, though, unfortunately. If he's able to find Guma a lot faster once he's in P5, then he's going to make quick work of Guma at that attack 6, possibly attack 7, although I'm not sure he's going to have enough for attack 7 before he's in P5.
Yeah, we'll see. Attack 4 is... I think it's a combination of Guma being tough and attack 4 not being great. Attack 4, I think, was an improvement over attack 3, but attack 3 also just really darn sucked, so that's relative.
Yeah, I think Guma might have rolled up in health today, which is why we didn't see that first bar come off for a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, not bad. Just a little one death, small setback, but gets him on the next attempt. Had plenty of life casts remaining, so he wasn't going to have any trouble, I would imagine. And so we might see him go back to Darunia for shield, but maybe not. We still have New Kasuto to find somewhere around here. We didn't check that forest tile, but Alan, we didn't check this forest tile either. Yeah, we just headed straight into P6 into the Death Valley volcano here. Which technically is a perfectly fine play. I mean, the boots at this point aren't going to save too much time. And if you're ahead, you might as well, I mean, he doesn't know he's ahead, but you might as well just, play to win it. Just go, because by the time you walk into New Kasuto, could be 3 screens in, could be the spell towers, the boots, and that's 3 screens in, a little bit of an animation as the building grows out of the ground, and then 3 screens out of there, and then back into P6. So I don't know. If he can find Barba quickly after that P5, he's going to be in really good shape.
Yeah.
Because knowing Dr. J, again, it kind of comes down to knowing your opponent whoever you're playing, and knowing that Dr. J is kind of a full clear completionist. You expect that if you can really just skip that, those few little quality of life items on the East that you technically don't need, then if your opponent is expected to grab those are little time saves you've got.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. J, knowing he doesn't have the child, he's going to go ahead and check around for New Kasuto as well. He's breaking up the forest tiles here. Alan's hoping to find a dragon somewhere in the vicinity, not in this room. There's our New Kasuto, and Dr. J is going to clear it.
Yep.
Gets into the basement with 6 jars. And there are the boots. My prediction for Spell Tower boots was wrong, so not too much time wasted there. But again, knowing that Dr. J is going to clear the whole thing anyway, it's not like Dr. J is going to turn around with the boots. He's going to go ahead and see everything that's in here. Could be another magic container. I mean, we're missing 2, so
Yeah, could be a little bit of extra safety in GP.
Yeah, Alan did go into Darunia to just grab Upstab, but he didn't have the child at the time to also get the shield spell. So yeah, he's in Club Upstab right now. There's our raft, although that's not going to do much for us, unfortunately, here in this seed. Unless Dr. J wants to leave the east and then come back. It's probably a little bit quicker via the raft on Maze Island than going all the way through Death Mountain again. But that would require either purposely leaving the east or game overing over here, both of which I don't think are going to happen, or neither of which I think are going to happen.
Agreed.
Yeah, Alan is in super speed mode here. I hope he gets TAC 5, because the TAC 5, I think he will. I think 2410 was a TAC 5, so he'll get it after Barba here. But then he's just got to go do P4, and he'll probably have access to... He might have Life 8 before Magic 7. I don't know what order those came in for Dr. J.
Not sure. 2410 confirmed TAC 5 in chat, thank you.
We're going to get a look at the item on the water tile, just a P bag, and the item here in P6, another magic container.
Yep.
That might be worth the dig. If you can find the elevator that goes up, which is not going to be this room for Alan, but if you can find an elevator that goes up into the item room, I might just grab that. Having an extra cast of fairy or something in GP could really come in handy.
Yeah. I think by that confirms final magic jar of the seed is probably in Spec Rock, by the way. I think we've seen just about everything else. If you look at my notes, we've seen all the major items, including all the heart. I think we've seen all four heart containers, so it'd have to be that. Because we haven't seen the final magic jar.
Yeah, so Dr. J digging into this P5 now. We'll see how fast he can find Guma, which, you know, as always, if you just route the right way, the boss is probably not too far into the palace, but there seemed to be a lot of options available for Alan when he was in here. And here's the item room for Dr. J, which is just a heart. Although he's probably going to like that. Yeah. I mean, you don't normally just say no to a heart, but I mean,
Dr. J loves completion, being a completionist. So here's Barba for TH.
Yeah, not too bad of a P6. So he's going to be off to 4 back on the west after this, and then GP's not too far away, so he will likely be first into GP at this point.
I think so.
We know Karok is not that far into P4. We saw it on Dr. J's side, but I don't know if it was a left from start. I think if it is, I think it's a quick dead end to the right, and then you go left, and it's the first elevator up. So I might have that wrong, but it's not too far in as again Dr. J showed us.
I think it was the immediate hard left, and then take the first up, and you're done.
Okay, that would make sense.
But also being kind of tanky on attack 4, not too surprising. Rolled out also had some extra health as well. Good to knock off.
Yeah, as for where Dr. J has to go in this P5, I have no idea, except that we saw Alan in there for a very long time. So, I mean, there's a right way to go, and then there's clear the whole palace. So as long as Dr. J doesn't have to clear the whole palace. Don't get me wrong, I'm very good at clearing the whole palace myself, but not on purpose.
You don't try to see every single room in the palace. We'll see, but yeah, you were counting at like the 55-minute mark. They'll be done in like 12 minutes. I said half an hour. Gonna be more like 40 minutes after you said that. At this point, 30 to 40 minutes. Right, for these this to be done, because this is gonna take a bit.
They got this. The other 8 to 12 minutes from here is essentially what I meant.
Envis saying TAH went down some elevator and it was like 2 rooms right. Gotcha for Pete Guma. Question is, which elevator?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of elevators here in P5.
P5 was definitely showing off why it is the longest palace outside GP in the game.
Well, here's going to be our Karok here at the top of this elevator. Oh, yeah. Dr. J finds the same loop in 5 all the way back to start. Terrible.
Yep. Ouch. Karok is really sick today, apparently. There we go.
Yeah, wow.
That was even faster than usual. I think he had like 4 bars of health there.
So 2410 is attack 6. Wow. So he's going to be 667.
No, 2410 was attack 5. I think 2410 is also like either attack 7 or. Oh no, it is actually attack 6. It was neat.
Yeah.
All
it's
right.
very, very interesting that we're right back to back like that. I forgot about that because I asked earlier whether it was attacks, whether it was life 7 or whether it was whether it was a life level or a magic level next. But I did forget that we saw this on Dr. J's side, that the attack levels were right next to each other in the same amount.
That's pretty neat. Very rare, but very nice.
I wonder at times if the amount that the levels are is how good they are, because we use the randomized effectiveness of the stats. So I almost wonder that if you see an attack 6 cost as much as an attack 5, if its effectiveness is attached to that as well. If it's just as good as 5 or, something along those lines. I have no idea if there's any connection between the two.
No idea personally. And VT's opinion in chat of where on earth this Guma is, he thinks it's right at the room that is in Vanilla P4 elevator room with only a right and the steps going up out of the room. I have absolutely no idea what room that is, but okay.
It's a negative, if you want to get technical, negative 90-degree T junction that we did see. I did see that on Dr. J's side, but right here.
Okay, this one. Yeah. Down from this room, okay.
Oh, down from that room. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's okay. That's that room.
And I see what you mean by negative 90 degrees. Yeah, or I guess rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise on the T. And
no, I'm okay. Yeah, sorry. There's a bit of. It's so funny that Cemetery is in chat, because I was going to ask you off the stream if Cemetery is still around or if he got kidnapped in a third world trip that he was on, and here he is in chat.
I thought Cemetery was spending like 6 months with family in Washington State or something.
I thought he was going to Honolulu or somewhere in the Caribbean. I'm not sure.
Because I did actually meet with Cemetery in person back in late April. That was pretty fun. 122.38 for GP entry for TH at Cemetery and I met up, had dinner. I was on a work trip in Cemetery's neck of the woods, and we met up for dinner. Then went back to the actually decided, you know what, let's accommodate the weekly together in person. That was fun. Cemetery has some of the greatest facial expressions. I was at Crystal yesterday. Nice. Oh, and okay, my memory just sucks. For how long Cemetery is supposed to be in Washington State. Cemetery is saying it was supposed to be 2 months in Washington State, then it included Alaska. And now there's a lot of issues at home. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully that improves soon. Krista is in your neck of the woods. Yes, Cemetery. We were hoping to meet up with Krista as well when we met up in April, but unfortunately other things came up for Krista. Yeah, I had an evening to spare on the work trip. I was like, I might as well see if I can't meet up with someone. One of 3 in-person meetups I've done with various people in random communities in person. They're pretty fun. Oh no, Cemetery. Did you actually lose access to your Discord account? How did that happen? That's unfortunate. As Dr. J has found the dead end, and TH is in a waffle room. I quite like this lilac color of this GP.
Yeah, he's had a few junctions he's passed by already, so there's been some multiple options to pick from.
You lost your 2FA access, Cemetery. Gotcha. Ouch. Well, once you hopefully get your life back in order, we'll be happy to have you back. Upstab block here for TH.
Yeah, good thing you grabbed that.
Really good thing. Your commentary is great, Cemetery. It's even better when one can see your facial expressions. You're quite fun.
Sounds like we need a Mirage Cemetery meetup with ridiculous facial expressions and excitement on co-coms live via camera, via satellite.
That would actually be pretty funny.
Lots of elevator rooms in this GP here.
There sure are a lot, yeah.
I have no idea if we're looping. Some of these have looked the same. Ah, ha, ha, ha. That's a loop.
Yes, we are. Hi, we're back to start. As you say that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so that always feels terrible because he did it in 5 and now he's doing it in GP and he's got to be like, where is Dr. J? Look, he doesn't know Dr. J did the same thing in 5. That this 5 is really giving Dr. J the business here as well. We thought he was on the right path, but maybe he diverted away or did something different because that must have not been the correct choice to make. But I think he's on the right path now. We saw Alan in this room. Well, here we go. Okay.
Speaking of. Night Shifter, I'm fairly certain Trails is in your neck of the woods as well. I think he mentioned it. He's pretty close to the SGL hotel in the DC suburbs. Lower River Trail said it's 10 minutes down the road or an hour down the road, but fairly close. So if you want to meet up with someone Night Shifter, I think you'd have to send Trails a DM. Where are you at, Samurai, if you want to comment?
I'm in the north. Cemetery's down in the south there in Hurricane Alley. So I am not in anywhere near there.
Oh no, well I know cemeteries in Hurricane Alley because I actually visited a cemetery in person.
Real
cemetery,
fast.
if you want to plan a trip to Virginia, SGL 2022 is going to be in Virginia in October. I don't know if you'll be free then. And yeah, Dr. J is finally out of V5. Jeez.
Yeah, I was going to say Dr. J just finishing 5, not gaining any time over Alan here. And so that's kind of a bust because we know that Barba was not too far in for Alan. And we know Karak is a little hop, skip, and a jump from start in P4. So no real opportunities for more time saves for Dr. J here, unless he just God routes this GP. If Alan has some problems in here with slightly lower resources, but he's up near where Dr. J is right now. So it's not like he's coming in here with life 4 or something. Life 7, no shield though, no shield, but he's had a lot of exploration in this GP. So it's not going to be too much longer before he knows the route to Thunderbird.
You said you're up near the Canadian border. I have no idea where on the Canadian border you are because it's super long, but okay.
Yeah, I'm in an undisclosed bunker near the Canadian border. That's all I can give. I'm glad we have the Eddie key here, or have some keys in our pocket, because here's our fun double glove locked room with the key door in the middle. Unferriable.
This is a lovely community room.
And we have a downstab room here for Alan. We had oh no, I'm getting the two runners confused on where there was a junction. So no, this is still just straight for Alan. Although this might be down into Thunderbird.
This might be. I'm actually in Drossie's next to the woods. If he ever frees up the schedule, that might be fun to meet up for dinner or something sometime. Anyhow. And you're correct. Back on topic. Here's T-Bird.
Yeah, we just saw the hard upstab block, but we saw it from the top side. That means it's still in the Palace pool, but Alan's not going to have a problem. I don't know if Dr. J went back into Darunia just yet to get upstab. He did pick up the child off of the desert tile. He didn't go into Darunia first time he saw it, but I don't know if he went back in. And I don't think there's anything on his tracker that shows if he has upstab or downstab. I don't believe Angry Larry's tracker shows that. I guess if he has the shield spell, which he... I don't know if he actually has it. He's got it marked as Darunia Shield, but I don't know if he's actually picked it up. I guess we'll have to look at his spell menu. Because if he's got it, then he probably has upstab as well. Again, that's only a theory in case that room is seen from the other side, being the hard upstab block that it is. But we saw a good chunk of Palace, so there's probably not too much after Thunderbird. Supernova in chat talking about the bunker. Yeah, it's you need high clearance to show up here. Okay, we got some options. We got a down, we got a right. Darklink's going to be near, but he could still go the wrong way, potentially game over. He's going to have to probably game over twice. This could be an elevator up into Darklink's room for Alan here. Very nice King Bot, not getting Buzz Thundered.
Very nice.
Ooh. Well, I don't think Alan's going to have any trouble on this Darklink fight. I think he probably has another life in reserve. If he does get hit, he's probably got to get hit 5 or 6 times here, it looks like, in order to die. No shield cast, no shield spell at all for Alan. But I think he's going to be able to take this one as long as Dark Zelda cooperates. Two more hits. One more hit. And that's it. Alan's going to take game 1 of our series of 3 here between him and Dr. J for the Nabooru Invitational Finals.
There we are. GG's to TH. 131-33.
Yeah, what looked like it might have been a slog of a seed early on for pathing. They were lucky enough to where the seed just generated in such a way to where they really only needed 1 trip to the east. And so as long as you could clear everything out on the east, you never had to come back, and you never had to deal with the connection from west to east again, which originally was west to Death Mountain Vanilla, through all of that to the other side of Death Mountain Vanilla, and then to the east on the east side of the volcanic eastern continent. Oh man, it was quite the hike, but Alan able to complete that in hour 31. Very nice.
Very nice indeed. Sadly, he's not really set up for an interviewing voice at the moment, so he is going to hop in chat in a minute.
This is the finals, Alan. You need to be set up for voice. We need to grill you on interview you after the race. Actually, I don't know if there's anything to grill any runner on here. Anything for either runner. Maybe Dr. J jumping into Palaces right away, but getting kicked out of there early on. And maybe jumping into P4. But that was a gamble you can take when you've got logic. You can jump into P4 before having Reflect to see what the item is. But he didn't have the hint, and Alan did, that it was a heart. So Dr. J, I'm sure if he had the hint that it was a heart, probably would have not dipped in there without having Reflect.
Yeah. Cemetery wants barbecue because you mentioned grill. I would like some barbecue myself sometime.
Absolutely.
I had dinner before these two races tonight, and I'm actually still a bit hungry. Maybe I should go scrounge up a bite to eat after this, though I should also just head to bed as Dr. J finds Barba.
I have delicious chicken waiting to be reheated, along with some delicious steamed vegetables.
Nice.
Oh, fire to the face immediately there for Dr. J with 8 lives, not in any danger of dying anytime, game overing anytime soon.
He has not updated very much recently, though, which is why he has 8 lives to conserve. See you, Cemetery. It's nice to see you.
Absolutely. Get back in Discord, get back to streaming, get back to this volunteer work, as long as everything's all right at home.
Yeah, we do understand that life comes first.
Unless it's a Z2R tournament, because that's a tough one.
Thank you, Crumb, gifting a sub to Jay Cooper.
Crumb with the gifted sub. Outstanding. Crumb makes it rain, actually. Crumb is a buddy of mine.
Nice. And, hey, TAH, GG's.
Mr. Heffley in chat here, ready for his voice and text interview. How did that seed feel? And how do you feel about that Death Mountain connector on the west that seemed to elude both runners for a while?
Yeah, it took both of you a while to realize that was the cave. We missed it, or I didn't see it, and I forgot about it. So we both didn't realize it. So we both thought you had to get the raft out of one of the palaces after a point, and then it's like, no, what did we miss? Oh, that cave.
Yeah, we actually were a little concerned because we broke it open in the editor really quickly to make sure that things were working as they were to be, as they should have been. And we verified immediately that there was that connector cave that was going to get you somewhere, but we didn't look any further than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, TH, we were confused too when you found the P wagon too, because we're like, what?
Yeah, because you had the hint for the heart and 4. Dr. J did not. He dug in there without Reflect to just look for the item, but he did get the heart out of there. It was guarded by a Rebo Shark in a room that you can't cheese him via downstab. So he did have to fight through Rebo Shark to get the heart, but it, not being rewarded with any sort of progression at that point. You did P4 last, already had the hint for the heart, so you didn't dig any. You were done digging items before that anyway. You didn't even find new Kasuto or anything like that for the boots. So yeah, I mean, you were cruising. After that P5 though, which probably felt kind of bad because that P5 was really long, but I wouldn't feel too bad because Dr. J was also in P5 for the same amount of time. And his P2, Dr. J's P2 was, he found the item very, very quickly. And then he could not find Helmet Head for I don't know how long, but it was a very long time. Whereas you found Helmet Head first, and then you had to dig around a little bit for the item, but then you were out of there after that. And it was crazy how long he was in P2. He was looping around like all over the place. And so he's headed back to Maze Island via the raft right now. is what it looks like.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he just doesn't want to up and A and lose all those lives.
Which I can actually understand in this position. Yeah, TH is like, okay, fellas, guess I'm double checking stuff when I don't have time for that. Felt like all four houses were loopy and windy except for lol. Yeah, TH, they were all fairly bad, and actually, since Dr. J didn't get the heart container hint in 4, heart and 4 hint, he ended up digging it for the item, and it took him forever too. That's one of the reasons why he's this far behind, is he got really, really lost in 4. And really lost in a few other palaces, more so than you did.
Well, he's just doing 4 now. He got lost in 2. That's where he got lost.
Well, he got lost in 4 getting the item. He found the boss immediately.
Yeah.
The boss is easy. It's the item that's not.
The boots were in the basement of New Kasuto.
Yep.
And the raft was in the spell tower. And of course, the raft was on Maze Island, and then it was on the eastern side of the east as well. So if you had to come back to the east and you had the raft, you could have avoided that Death Mountain dig. We also think that Spec Rock had a magic container at this point, because that would have been our eighth magic container location.
Yeah, and we've seen all the other major items, and we're still missing one magic jar, and that's pretty much the only check left in the game between you two.
We were a little concerned early on with that P3 was, excuse my language, was kicking your ass, quite frankly. Man, that was a very dirty P3 to be in there, even with downstab. That attack 3 was really sucking, and you were taking a lot of damage, and there was a lot of time spent in P3 on that early dig. But yeah, Dr. J did not have that much trouble in there as you did, so we were concerned that that was really going to set you back early on. But he spent just as much time in every other palace as you did, so that was really the only real difference between the two palace routing between you two runners.
Yeah. Yeah, the seed was giving you a really hard time, TH. Dr. J was very, very thorough at levels and didn't die quite as often as you, which helped quite a bit. Unfortunately, he also spent so much time getting levels that it's him at 788 here is also one of the reasons why he's only now getting a GP in hour 40.
Well, just wait a minute. Oh, no, okay. He got life 9.
Okay, I was actually going to expect him to actually get attack 8 as he wrangles the spicy chicken.
Yeah, I thought that's why I said, hold on. I thought we might be going to attack 888 here.
It's not that far off of the however much life 9 cost.
Yeah, I think he hasn't up and 8 in a while as well. So he probably has hexadecimal lives at this point. He's probably pushed beyond 9. And yeah, so he's well equipped to handle this GP. You looped around to the front, and I think that's when you up and 8 to just get your resources back, and then you picked some other paths, and eventually led to Thunderbird. Seemed like there were a lot of options in this palace, and so we'll see if Dr. J has the same luck in routing the Thunderbird on the first attempt or not. Yeah, all 3 games, question in chat there for Supernova, all 3 games are spread out. They're not going to be back-to-back. It is pretty exhausting to play multiple Z2R games back-to-back. So, yeah, I don't know if they have the next one scheduled at all. I don't think it's on the schedule right now. And, of course, the 3rd game is up in the air on whether it needs to take place. If Alan can take 2 games to 0 on Dr. J's side, then that's going to be that. There'll be no need for a game 3. But Dr. J might make a comeback in the next game, so...
Yeah, we'll have to see. TH, of course, is hoping to not need to play a game 3. Dr. J has the opposite opinion on that.
The Iron Man Z2R tournament, where the best of 7 all played in a row. Wow. That's a 24-hour charity stream right there, if I do say.
Yeah, it would be pretty long. Alright, we're back. Sorry, chat, the bot quit. And it's back. Bad bot.
Yeah, but other than that, the seed was, I want to say straightforward, just simply because because you didn't have to backtrack between the two continents. You could just clear the west, other than P4, but that wasn't too punishing because Maze Island, where GP was, just kind of chilling, not too far from start. A little bit of a walk around if you didn't have the boots, which you didn't, but you did have to then walk over to the Maze Island Bridge and then just walk over to GP. Not a big deal. Dr. J having the boots, he's able to save some time there on the River Canyon West, but they came so late in the seed, and the fact that you didn't have to backtrack between the two continents, and the fact that there was no water that was walkable anywhere else there, the boots would have helped. So the boots not being really a factor, not being as useful as they could have been had you found them much earlier on. But other than that, it was just clear the west as much as you could. That's other than P4, and then just go through that Death Mountain, which you almost game over on. Okay, so funny story. I got to say this because this was brought up in chat as Night Shifter pointed out. We saw you go into Hammer Cave, and as you're going into that final cave of Hammer Cave there to get the item, I was talking about the poor man strats, what I call them, where you go into the last cave, you come out, you come back in, and you despawn that first enemy. And I said the reason you want to do that, because you were on your last life, you were on low health, is that there might be a red Dyra as the first enemy or something, or a blue Gorilla or something that blocks your path and really this game causes you a game over there. And lo and behold, it was a red Dyra. We saw it on Dr. J's side. Yep, that's the play. When you're low on resources, it's despawn that enemy always. I call it the poor man strats, but I don't care. I use it as well when I need to. Yeah, but I mean, we know what happened on the east. It was again pretty straightforward. No palaces on the east side of the east. You took the pass through the volcano instead of having to go through the volcano itself. Over to the west side of the east, cleared that all out. Didn't go back for shield. We were wondering if the child was kind of nearby, and you found the child just like 2 minutes, not even, on the desert tile after leaving Darunia. We were wondering if you're going to go back in there for shield, knowing that this GP could be kind of tough, but you didn't need it. There weren't. It wasn't too punishing of a GP. Again, I don't know if Dr. J grabbed shield out of Darunia. I've been failing to watch his spell book open. I think Dr. J is on the correct path, though. He's going. He's down stabbing. Yes, he is actually. He just walked into Thunderbird's room, and so he routed this place a lot cleaner than you did. But I mean, that's to no one's fault. It's simply that you just guessed correctly, and here you are at Thunderbird, versus guessing incorrectly and routing the entire palace.
Yeah.
So there's one junction after Thunderbird. It's going to be a down and a right. We do know that it is right to get to, I believe it was a curtain room with an elevator that led up into Darkling's room. And so Dr. J is probably not going to be too far behind.
Yeah. Should be done fairly soon as well.
We were thinking that if Dr. J could, even though he lost all that time in 2, we were thinking that if he could find Guma a lot faster than you did, that he could help close that gap. But unfortunately, he definitely spent just as much time in 5 as you did, Alan. So there's, again, both of you routed these palaces. Some of these palaces were not routed the best, but again, it's just guesswork, and you both did the same things. You both made the same guesses at the same time. So most of these palaces were all pretty much identical in time, other than that P3 that you dug into early on, which really hurt at that lower attack level.
Yeah, for sure.
And Dr. J would have had that heart out of P4 that you wouldn't have had, so he did have a little bit of extra life when he finally went into P3.
Yeah, never a little bit helped because that spree was not a fun time. I was hoping for a jar here, got a chicken knight instead.
Yeah, it's a lot safe. He doesn't actually have to leave the room. I don't know how far you have to go back, but you can just walk away from those spawn points far enough, and then you walk back, and the 50-50 jar attempt comes back, and it's every time it re-rolls and respawns, it's a new 50-50. So even though you see a bird the first time, when you respawn it, it's not guaranteed to be a bird the next time. Oh, is Dr. J going the wrong way? Did he go down at the junction and not right? Oh, he did. That's right. He did. Oh, no. Yeah, this is going to be an elevator room, though. I wonder where it leads. Alan saw so much of the palace already that I wonder how much could be down this path. I'm not sure. I guess it could just dead end here. We do have rooms that go up into elevators and dead end, but no, we're going to keep going. I think I remember a few points where Star and I wanted you to cast life a few times where you might have been taking a little bit of damage. I think you died a few times with full magic or enough magic to cast a life spell. It's we're over here yelling, but you're over here in a fight, so it's easy to forget those things.
Yeah, Dr. J does manage to get a jar and fill his life back up here. That's good.
Wow, this palace keeps going in this direction. Oh my god, this is not a dead end just yet. Although we do have left facing dead ends in the community pool, or I guess in both pools, regular, vanilla, and community. So it's likely that this is going to dead end into a left at some point here. Okay. It goes into another elevator room. Alrighty, there is a lot of palace bag. This is like a full palace. This is a full short palace, which is probably somewhere in the 40 range, somewhere in the 40 room range. Wow, this thing just keeps going. So I guess Alan only saw half of the palace on his exploration phase because Dr. J is exploring the other half of it down, unfortunately, the wrong direction here. So this would have been interesting because if you had gone down and right instead, well, Dr. J still had a bit of a time gap to close, but this could have been a real deciding factor here. Had you gone the direction he's gone now, you probably would have ended up game overing at this point. There's been some tricky rooms and some damage to be had. Again, he's got like 9 lives. So he's not in any fear of game overing, but had he gone, had you swapped directions of which ways you went, this would have been an absolute full palace for you.
Oh yeah, I did not realize there was this much GP left after T-Bird.
Oh my god, it just
keeps going. Jeez.
It's a black hole of palace rooms. It just keeps going. I think we've seen just as many. Yeah, we've seen just as many palace rooms like on in this route than we did through all of Alan's exploration almost.
Yeah, it's going to be a long dead end or a loop coming up shortly.
There we go.
And that's a dead end. I don't even know what Dr. J's going through here.
He might not. It's a community room. He might not be familiar with it. It's not a vanilla variant.
Right.
And he's going to despawn the ferry at the end probably and see it's a dead end. Wow, that is a hell of a walk back at this point.
He's read through a lot of rooms to get here, yeah.
I almost wonder if it's less rooms to just start back over from start, if he remembers how to get back to Thunderbird.
Mm-hmm.
There must have been 12 rooms or so in this direction. I mean, I guess we can count them if we pay attention. I mean, we saw the dead end. We have to do it slowly. You usually forget or lose count because runners, you're not able to run through these rooms as fast as you can.
Yeah. Especially when you're stuck breaking blocks like this
Yeah.
and going through slowly, because this takes time. I get Dr. J doesn't want to give up his life, so man, is this a hike back.
Absolutely.
They don't even know where Dark Link is relative to here at all. Like, I'm pretty seriously lost.
Yeah, there was just one junction, that just one elevator room after Thunderbird, and this was the wrong choice, and it led you down this gigantic path of rooms that I'm trying to keep count of. We're 5 rooms back at this point from that dead end, including the dead end room itself. So I'm going to keep counting. We'll just see how many rooms this was, because this is crazy to have this be a dead end. That feels terrible. He knows that Alan already won, but like if you're in a race and you see this and, both runners are still going, your opponent is still playing, you're like, I picked the wrong way. My God, and you're like, I'm dead in the water at this point. But this is where you don't want to see a path like this. Oh,
Ooh, and the death too. He does not look happy on his face cam. He was like so close.
Yeah, only 7 lives left. I wonder if you can make it back.
That's a good question. This is exhausting, TH, honestly. Big shout out to Dr. J for sticking out pretty much every seed, no matter how much it sucks. That's one of the other things he does. Besides being a completionist, he also will stick out the seed even when it sucks. Like this very, very long dead end. How many rooms are we up to now?
This is the 8th room.
No way, I think Cemetery found me in Discord. Wahoo! Yeah, I'm in the whole Cemetery. I'm in a ton of Discords as a ZSRE streamer. And for various personal things, I think I'm in about 50 different Discord servers right now. It's quite a long list.
Sorry, you can try Discord. You can try Z2R.gg/Discord. That'll be the custom invite vanity link that we've got.
I also just posted a link in the chat.
Okay. Is this where the branch comes back together? I think it might be.
I think we're closed now.
Yeah, so it was 12 rooms to get back to here. This is the 13th room. So that was a 12-room linear dead end. That is horrendous.
That really, really sucks.
Because he's going to see Dark Link is right here, or Dark Sloth is right here. And he's going to be like, wow, did I go the wrong way?
Yeah, no kidding. It is gross, for sure.
Well, it looks like if you can get through this, it looks like we're going to sub 2 hour this one, which is good considering the time spent in 2 and 5 and the fact that Dr. J does like to do a lot of completion. And that's a GG for Dr. J.
GG's 157.04. Let's see if he wants to come chat. And let's switch to the interview scene. And understandably, Dr. J has decided to pass an interview tonight. GG's, and good luck to him in game 2.
Yeah, absolutely. He's again, this is I think we're at a pretty good even matchup here. Just some bad luck in the routing. He did take a little bit longer, I think, to find the Death Mountain Cave connection from the west. So that P2 early on hurt. The P3, okay, so the P2 hurt a good bit, but the P3 was a little bit faster than Alan's, and then finding the path to Death Mountain. But he made it through Death Mountain a lot easier because he had much better levels and resources at that point. And just unable to close the gap though. Had a few opportunities, but again, they're RNG opportunities of just guessing correctly in palaces and going the right way, but unable to close the gap. And so Alan takes game 1 of this 3-game series in the Nabooru Invitational Finals.
Yep. GG's. I have, however, run out of questions for TH. I also don't have a ton else to comment right now. Any final thoughts, Mariah?
Nope, that was pretty much it. Other than it's dinner time.
Yes, it is dinner time for you. Dessert time then bed for me, I think. So let's see. I'm gonna go sort out the prediction and then
you should not go to sleep right after you eat. That's my pro tip. There's my final thought for the night. Don't go to sleep don't eat right before dinner, right before bedtime.
All right. So give our runners a follow here. GG's to the Ellen Happily for taking game 1, and good luck to him and Dr. J both for game 2. Thank you also to my co-com Mariah and to our tracker, Night Shifter, for doing the clickety-clack tonight. Much appreciated. Let's see. If you want to learn more about Z2R, join the Discord and get notifications for the action, please join the Discord. And also check out the ZSR schedule here. We've got more races coming up. Currently over on ZSR 3. They are 3 hours and still going on the Majora's Mask Randomizer Standard Tournament Season 3 match losers bracket round 2 between Exodus and Regal. Looks like they are still on the lighters, and wherever those went off to. Good question. So we'll go over to Wish them Luck shortly. Coming up, we have tomorrow at 1 Eastern, we'll have a restream of Jess versus Spec of the MMR Tournament Winners Round 3 at 1 p.m. Eastern. There will also be a Windworker Randomizer match, a Link the Past Randomizer Cross Keys match, Skyward Sword Randomizer, more Wind Waker Randomizer, and J Cooper versus Paratroopa in losers bracket round 2 of the main bracket for Z2R at 11:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. If we can get a restream for that, pending volunteers, of course. Murat here is racing Trails on Friday at 9 Eastern, and
if I have to.
And I believe TH mentioned that game 2 of these Grand Final series will be this coming Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, same time as the weekly typically. That'll be on ZSR main, and then if needed, Wednesday the following day, also at 10 p.m. Eastern, same as today, we'll have game 3. So we hope to. Sorry, just snickering at somebody in chat. Sorry, but thank you for watching all. I think this will be it for us tonight. We will see you next time.